Hello everybody, my name is Finnick, and we're getting ready to go with the AD2L Season 45 Week 7 Heroic League matchup between Old Man's Junk Drawer and Team Kbrones. My name is Finnick, once again, and I'll be solo casting tonight as my usual duo is unavailable, and wasn't able to get any volunteers, unfortunately, but we are getting ready to go with game number 1 draft. This draft will be done, and then we will have a remake into an all-pick lobby, which will then bring us into game number 1. One of the players isn't present yet, and they're doing the draft now instead of waiting on him, but he will be ready to go in about 10 minutes, which is when the game will actually start. Old Man's Junk Drawer on the Radiant side with 24th pick, Team Kbrones on the Dire side with first pick. Old Man's Junk Drawer, a couple of AD2L regulars. Larry is a player I have not casted since WSS Hellbears was still a team, and that tells you how long it's been since I've casted Heroic. But I Lost This has been around, as well as some of these other players. Team Kbrones, though, they are, I believe, brand new to the league, team from Mexico, so other places within North America, beyond the US and Canada, they exist, and thus always nice to see some players from AD2L, or playing in AD2L, who aren't necessarily from the US or Canada. So, yeah. We are getting ready to go. Draft bands thus far: Enchantress, Venomancer, and Marcy from Old Man's Junk Drawer. Team Kbrones has banned Earthshaker and Night Stalker thus far. Again, as a reminder, this game will be drafted, and then we will have a remake into an all-pick lobby that will be the actual game for game number 1. Last ban being this Beastmaster from Old Man's Junk Drawer.
Team pick.
And Team Kbrones banning out the Dark Willow. Don't want to play against that particular Fae, as it were. Not today, at least.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Silencer.
And it's a first pick silencer. Got a little bit of information from these teams before we started. Quick interview and stuff. Both these teams wanting to play aggressive Dota, actually. Some interesting flex picks potentially from Kbrones. They flex Faceless Void in 3 positions, which is pretty interesting. Also that Venomancer, which we saw being banned out, also a flex pick for them. So they've got other options as well. We'll see what they decide to do with the Silencer pick being done first.
Dire team ban.
And yeah, we'll see what they do. It's going to be the first pick Mars from Old Man's Junk Drawer. I'm not a huge fan of the Mars pick. If you've been around my streams quite often, I typically don't like it in the hands of pretty much anyone not named Amar. Does have potential in these heroic drafts, as it is not, you know, in the hands of an immortal player, it can look good, but as your skill gets better with the skill shot hero, so does the skill of your opponents. So if you don't specialize in the hero, it can look pretty weak, especially if it falls behind. We'll see how it plays this game, though, as Team Kbrones have banned out the Ursa and have one more ban to go, and then Old Man's Junk Drawer will ban, and then we'll begin the second phase of picks.
Radiant team ban.
For the first time in a couple weeks, the stream is available on both Twitch and YouTube, so choose whichever stream platform you prefer for that. I will say the Twitch stream running through a new setup, so if there are any problems with it, please do let me know in chat, and I will try to fix them accordingly.
5 seconds remaining.
Lifestealer all banned out by Team Kbrones.
Radiant team pick.
Telling me they want to pick some sort of strength core heavy lineup. With the Dawnbreaker also being banned out by Old Man's Junk Drawer. Pretty strong pick. With the global ultimate and all that entails.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
I speak for the trees.
Nature's Prophet being picked up by Old Man's Junk Drawer. Even more global presence to them.
10 seconds remaining.
With the Dawnbreaker being banned out.
5
That
seconds
TP
remaining.
very strong. Can be flexed both core and support depending on the team. Pretty decent in 2, 1, and 4 position at the moment. Team Kbrones, though, not a pick. They've picked what is presumably a support in this silencer. They see the Mars and the Natures. One of these is a guaranteed core. The other, definitely a core or support flex pick. But you are into the Mars. Couple of Mars counters still up on the table, Razor chief among them if they want to go for that. There's the Faceless Void we were talking about, which is a flex to them. Can be picked 1, 3, and 4 for them, as their captain was saying, so we'll see where they decide to put that. I've not seen a Faceless Void support in a hot minute. I assume it goes Chrono Square, but again, it's been a long time since I've seen that being played support, and maybe it is a support this game, but typically you pick the flex pick with the intention of it being a core first off. With the axe being picked, it does mean that it will be an axe 3, and the Faceless will either go 1 or 4 here, as it'll be the axe off lane for Team Kbrones. Not a pick I like in the Mars all that much, as your damage gets mitigated by his shield whenever you call him. However, it is very nice to have into a Nature's Prophet. He does not like being jumped on by the axe when he TPs in and called, and then have all his damage reflected back at him with the spin and the ever important Blade Mail. Old Man's Junk Drawer, though, they gotta pick. One of these picks at least will be a support. Maybe even 2 picks as a support here. With the Nature's Prophet flex, might be support and a 1, and hold off the Nature's Prophet until 24th pick. So probably 5-1 here. They're safe lane. They know they're into an axe. They don't know who the support is quite yet. Could be the Faceless Void, but could also be something else. From the 18 pick for Kbrones. Gonna go with the Pudge. That will also be a flex pick, potentially. I'm not sure if their mid plays it, but with the Mars being picked up, could always be mid either of the support positions or even off lane if they flex the Mars to a 2.
5 seconds remaining.
One more pick from Old Man's Junk Drawer. Pretty flexible draft just far. I feel like they need to pick their 5 or their 1 here, though. Unless this is, they're flexing the Nature's Prophet, in which case you probably pick 5. And keep the Nature's Prophet flex with the Pudge, seeing one of them go core and the other support.
Dire team pick.
And they'll go with the Pugna. Also technically a flex pick, but doesn't really get played outside of the 5 role at the moment. So likely going to be the POS 5 for Old Man's Junk Drawer. And they either need a POS 1 or a mid.
10 seconds.
Maybe even a POS 4. They could pick any of those 3 positions
5 seconds
in
remaining.
their 24th pick. Really the only ones set in stone are this Mars. Will be 2 or 3, most likely 3, and the Pugna 5. Team Kbrones, though. Axe pretty set in stone as a 3, and Silencer. I was not told that they play core, so unlikely to be a mid Silencer. So likely position 4 or 5 with that, and the Faceless Void, as we already mentioned, is a flex pick for them. With a minute left in the reserve time, they're digging deep into their knowledge. I know they're into Pugna +1 in one of these lanes and Mars +1 on the other. But very flexible draft from Old Man's Junk Drawer does mean that Team Kbrones is gonna have to make some guesswork happen here. Hopefully they guess correctly. I'd imagine they pick their mid here and hold the Faceless Void flex for now. In which case, could be a lot of different things. I think Puck is pretty decent.
Dire team ban.
Going for the Viper instead. Also pretty decent. If it is a Pudge mid, does look like a good lane for the Viper. If it's a Pudge support, then perhaps not. That's really the only person that you're going to be breaking all that
10
often.
seconds
Maybe
remaining.
the Mars as well. Getting rid of the
5 seconds
damage
remaining.
block up front. Either way, very snowball-y. Still holding the Faceless Void in flex for the time being,
Radiant team ban.
as they ban out position 1s. So they think This is a Nature's Prophet mid or 4, and the Pudge is either mid or 4 here from Old Man's Junk Drawer. Discounting the potential of a Nature's Prophet 1 with the ban of the Troll Warlord.
10 seconds remaining.
Old Man's Junk Drawer, though, they are
5 seconds remaining.
once again banning 2 more heroes. Really can only ban position 1s or pos 4s here. They banned the Snapfire, thinking this is most likely a Faceless Void carry, which when you pick a flex pick, you typically assume it's going to be the higher priority until it looks like it might be better in that support role.
10 seconds remaining.
Good Old Man's Junk Drawer, 1 more to ban here, and then 23rd
5
pick
seconds remaining.
after 22nd ban from Team Kbrones.
Dire team ban.
Will be the Hoodwink ban from Old Man's Junk Drawer. Where, oh where? If Team Kbrones wants to
10
flex this
seconds
Faceless
remaining.
Void as a 4, they have options for pos
5
1s here.
seconds remaining.
Not exactly sure it's a good PL game, with the Bugna being part of it, but something along those lines, maybe a Terror Blade or something, could be nice with their lineup. Gives them some late game insurance. If they're picking a pos 4, kind of need to do something here, because Silencer is not a do something support. They ban out the Bara, who normally I'd expect as kind of the default do something support, with Earthshaker out of the pool. But something like a Vengeful Spirit could be quite nice
10
here
seconds remaining.
if they want to pick that as a support. If you excuse the background noise from my roommate, he is currently raiding in Final Fantasy XIV, and plenty of background noise, unfortunately, tonight. But Team Kbrones,
Radiant team pick.
to pick, they picked the Sven, so not exactly the core I would have gone for. Still scales well into the late game, pushes them past the Viper falling off, and that pretty much is all they need. However,
10 seconds remaining.
they already have illusion damage with the axe, so I feel like the
5
cleave
seconds
is
remaining.
really only good for the farm here and might not work against something that can play into it late game. It's Shadow Fiend for Old Man's Junk Drawer, and that does mean it's a I'm actually not sure who plays what position other than Larry on this team, so actually we'll see. It's still technically a flex spec. This Nature's Prophet could go anywhere 1, 2, or 4. Pudge 2 or 4 and Shadow Fiend 1 or 2, so with that, we'll just see where they lane up. We are going to head into another lobby real quick, as this game was drafted, and then we will go into an all-pick lobby afterwards, so we will be right
10
back
seconds
after this.
remaining.
back, everybody. Sorry for the long wait. Just had to,
Silencer.
yeah, sorry for the long wait. Had some technical issues from one of the teams. We're all sorted and ready to go with game number 1 of this best of 2 series. About an hour late, but we made it. And we're getting ready to go. Game number 1.
Prepare for battle.
So take a look. This will be, looks like the mid Nature's Prophet, Pos 4 Pudge, Pos 1 Shadow Fiend, Mars Pos 3 being played by Haptic. Rice Boy on that Shadow Fiend position 1. I lost this. Mid lane Nature's Prophet, Sheesh Zepti on the Pudge position 4, and Larry on the Pugna position 5. Meanwhile, on the Dire, Team Kbrones, Humble 1 on the Pos 3 Axe, Dopamine, Mid Viper, Kanon Taiga, Support Silencer, Pos 5 in Demon, Faceless Void, Pos 4, and Al Diano on the Sven, position 1.
30 seconds to battle.
They're on the Dire side. And my, oh my.
The battle begins.
Sheech Zepti. Going ahead and picking up that bounty rune. 2 runes apiece. And it looks like, yeah, just a hard cut from an Demon and Humble 1. Trying to take out, I lost this. This is actually the position 1 Nature's Prophet in the mid Shadow Fiend by Rice Boy. My bad. Thought I saw the ward on the Nature's Prophet, but either way, it is the support Pudge this time around, and of course, Pos 4 Faceless Void taking Chrono Square, as I'd imagine you do on a support Faceless. Took Time Walk level 1, so get some trades in, gets the health back. You know how it be. I lost this, taking Soothing Saplings, as you do. Facet everyone takes on the Nature's Prophet unless you want to have fun. In which case you take Nature's Prophet on Nature's Prophet. It's a good facet. It's a fun facet at least. Just a tree that gives you gold? Hello? I love it. Otherwise lanes not too one-sided either way yet, except as you see that bot side, Humble 1, then Demon, pick up First Blood, and they might be able to pick up Larry as well. Just use Metal Hunker and counter Helix there. So it doesn't even have the point the Berserker's Call, and they were able to get the kill on the Nature's Prophet. Haptic gets away, the hook saving him from Aldeano. He takes some damage from the Silencer in response. Mid lane, Denies going the way of the Shadow Fiend right now. Viper still getting nice amount of last hits, but the XP will favor the SF for the time being. Mars, meanwhile, top line, 9 and 3 to a 6 and 3 Sven. Although that won't be the case for long, as Sven going ahead. resetting the wave, pulling it out of vision. Nice hook though, lands on a can on Taiga. And that is an easy kill going over to Haptic, even with the Stormhammer coming down. We'll see how this past 4 Faceless Void goes. Obviously, it's a flex pick that they told me about before the game started. When I was doing my pre-match questions to the team captains, but I've not seen Faceless Void in a hot minute. Faceless Void support in a hot minute, I should say. So, with that, I'm interested to see what the build will be. I assume it's going to be some sort of urn-based build. Because that's what I believe Faceless Void support has gone in the past traditionally. But he did start with the Orb of Frost, so it might just be a full Orb of Corrosion here. Aldeano, though. 17 and 5 to the 12 and 4 Mars, so getting very good CS out of this lane right now, even though he lost his support and gave that kill over to the Mars. Should get... Unfortunately, we won't get half the wave tonight, but we'll deny 1 creep off the pull there from Kanon Taiga. Still 1 kill apiece, 4 minutes in. And CS leads only really appearing slightly within 2 CS of each other, top and mid. Bot lane, bit more of a CS differential, 17 and 5 to 11 and 1 on the Axe. I'd imagine the Pugna makes this lane quite easy, and the Faceless Void, I don't think it does a whole lot in lane, especially because, you know, time lock, time dilation. Against this squad, you really need to get the tie-dye onto Larry, which he was able to there. Kanon Taiga finds Haptic as Rice Boy gets Dopamine mid lane. Bot side we were looking, Dopamine gets Rice Boy as well. Moving up top side, or just getting the poison out onto him. Yeah, Faceless Void support, it just doesn't seem to do a lot in lane, which I don't love into the Pugna. Especially you've got this double range lane, and you aren't really able to take advantage of how squishy they are. Because Indemon doesn't have a whole lot of lockdown, and Humble One, well, he does have a lockdown form, the Berserker's Call, just doesn't have a good way to get it going. Hook for the kill on the Silencer top side. And it's 3 kills apiece now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Take a look at the net worth for the first time this game. Top 3 cores, all Team Kbrones, but really the only major gold lead is Aldeano. About 400 gold up on the lowest core, which is the Mars that he's laning into, but everywhere else pretty much even, and about 300 gold off of Aldeano. Fort gold relatively even as well. The Viper ends up falling mid lane. Rice Boy survives. Roam from the Pudge helping them out there. Outside, Larry in trouble. Level 1 gets the call off, but not before the Decrepify of Larry. Gets some damage in with the Q, and Rice Boy gets an Observer Ward, excuse me. Indemon picks up Larry, but he'll trade his life as well as Humble Wands for it. With the TP coming in from Sheesh Zepti. Goes 2-4-1 bot side. Larry getting that kill off the ward. Off the ward, excuse me.
Radiant are scanning.
Hook, mid lane, once again on Dopamine. Shadow Raise is coming in clutch, and Dopamine doesn't have a whole lot he can do there. Just barely level 6, but didn't have the point in the Viper Strike, instead going 1-3-2, so unable to continue there. Rice Boy very happy with that, has the max Shadow Raises, and almost the maxed presence of the Dark Lord aura. Meanwhile, top side, Aldeano in trouble. With the roam coming in from We Lost This, and Larry gets the kill off the Nether Blast there.
Dire's middle tower is under
Arcane Curse on Haptic, but it'll survive it with the Bulwark not yet leveled. Meanwhile, bot side, Humble 1, cutting the wave. The Shadow Fiend
structures are
starting to pay dividends right now, and again, Indemon.
bottom tower is
Hey,
under
the guy, like, I trust it. They're immortal players, but it does not do a whole lot in lane, and we're kind of seeing that right now. Meanwhile, top side, Canon gets Dove, able to trade back on a Siege Zepti, though. And something that goes his way gold-wise, even if he doesn't get the XP. I lost this moving towards the tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
TP coming in from the Nature's Prophet. Going bot side with the Pudge getting the ult in on the other core.
Tower is under attack.
Humble 1 ends up going down there. And they get the Faceless Void out of there with the TP, but very nice Dismember. Doesn't even have the Blink Dagger yet, and able to make moves off the Dismember now. Quickly, the game is snowballing in favor of the Radiant side. Axtell has more net worth than both the Viper and the Mars right now. Really, this mid lane lead quite big for Race Boy. The safe lane lead only about 200 gold from I Lost This. Stormhammer on Haptic, top side, has the arena, gets the spear first. She's moving in, gets the Dismember with I Lost This from outside the arena, doing damage as you do on the Nature's Prophet. They got the turret with it as well, and Dopamine denies the mid lane tower meanwhile, but Pudge gets that kill. More Flesh Heap for the Flesh Heap God. It's 11.2 strength just far. Support's doing a lot. That's kind of the key there is Indemon doesn't really do anything until he has time zone available. And Canon, I mean, Silencer's not much of a do something support, even when he does have level 6 Global Silence. She's Zepti though. Smoked up, finds Canon, beautiful hook. Gets the Dismember, nice kill to Haptic with the spear. And the snowball continues for the Radiant, for Old Man's Trash Drawer. Or Junk Drawer, excuse me. Humble 1. Just absolutely owning this his own swath of the jungle right now, taking what is some dangerous farm at the moment because they don't have the T1 tower, but has to be careful. Sven doing Sven things on the other side of the map. Only has the Mask of Madness right now, building in towards the Echo Saber, but still 2k gold lead at 11.5 minutes. Quite nice indeed for the Radiant. Old Man's Junk Drawer pretty happy with the top 2 net worth going to them. Their Mars is quite far behind, and this is a hero that relies on getting the skill shots off. Dismember. Arena, Spear, I Lost This coming in just to get the kill. TP's around, gets the kill off the Sprout, and very happy with that. This Pudge also quite fat. 10 Flesh Heap stacks now, worth 14 strength. He's about 1,000 gold away from the Blink Dagger. Meanwhile, Indemon in trouble from Larry. Dopamine chasing. Viper Strike on to Larry. Hooked away by Sheesh. $3k net worth advantage now for the Radiant. Man, not having a co-caster. Bit unfortunate tonight, as I do not provide the best analytical analysis. Oh, nice hook again on Indemon. Able to get away with the time walk, though. I do not give the most analytical analysis. Also, this is Helm of the Dominator Axe, which I've never seen before. So, some new strats, potentially. World Series is going on right now. You think you could avoid the baseball podcast, but fortunately for you, that's all I've been thinking about these past couple weeks, as the Mariners lose in Game 7 of the Blue Jays, who are now up 3-2 on the Dodgers. Even with an injured Bo Bichette and George Springer as well, which, you know what, honestly, I like the Blue Jays winning without Springer, if for no other reason than because Springer made plenty of use of the trash can during the Astros cheating scandal in 2017. So, much maligned player as he is, I think the rest of the team is quite likable. Trey Savage had an absolute banger of a pitching performance last night, and bye to the Faceless Void. 12 strikeouts from a rookie pitcher in the World Series, most all time. And he struck out every single batter on the Dodgers at least once. Viper Strike was committed, but again, the hero is just rotating in from Old Man's junk drawer, and it is very quickly snowballing out of control. Currently only sitting at a 53% win prob. Gaben really liked the Dyer lineup, but the solo economy is going very well for Rice Boy. As the completed Yashikaya going in towards that Blink Dagger. Mars Blink on Courier, maybe? No, going Yule Scepter first item instead. So this is what you do if you can't hit the skill shot on the Mars. You go this Yule Scepter build, lines up your Spirit Mars, so long as you get that timing. One of the more consistent ways to play this hero as he gets an arena. Centaur Stomp comes in Demon around, pulls out the Chrono Square. They might be able to turn this fight. Haptic, though, spears the axe away. The hook comes in, finds the Chrono Boy, and down goes the Faceless Void. Larry gets traded for it, and Dopamine and Canon Taiga are way too low to keep fighting this. Even as the Mars goes down, they will lose everybody else. 4-4-2 in favor of Old Man's Junk Drawer. Rice Boy with double kill as he gets Humble Wand off the end of that. And your lowest net worth core and your POS 5 get traded for all but the POS 1 from Team Kbrones. And Sven has the Echo Saber. So yeah, Trey Savage. I absolutely loved watching that game, and you know, as a Mariners fan, a lot of Mariners fans have been rooting for the Dodgers because we don't like George Springer, and that is very, very fair. However, as my usual co-caster is a Blue Jays fan, I can't in good conscience root for the Dodgers here, and it just so happens that George Springer is injured, so don't even have to root against them for that reason. Decrepify on Humble Wand as Sheesh gets the Sven, and Demon coming in on top of Rice Boy. Axe gets the call. The ult gets used, but he ends up trading his life for it off the pass of the Shadow Fiend. Larry trying to suck off Dopamine and maybe stay alive. Goes Ethereal for good measure in Demon. Should be able to get a nice bash here, potentially. Q's out of the way. I lost this TP's in. Sprout onto Dopamine. Dopamine does not have the ultimate, and there he goes. Hook on to Indemon, and Sheesh now dominating on the Pudge. 4-for-1 top side. Yeah. Shohei Ohtani had not the best of starts game number 4. But if they didn't keep him in for the 7th inning, I think that game was a lot closer. But they needed Ohtani to pitch that 7th, or at least start the 7th inning there, instead of just chopping it off on 6th, and ends up paying the price for it. 3rd time through the lineup tax and all that. Haptic. Gets time dilations by Indemon, and Indemon gets out of the way. Haptic now has this dual scepter completed. 9k gold lead for Radiant side. Gaben is really smoking something. 61%, 59% for Old Man's Junk Drawer. I do not believe it for a second. Grant you, their lineup doesn't have the same amount of late game insurance, potentially, as this Sven. But this Faceless Void is not going to be doing late game damage, and I think Dota Plus doesn't quite realize that because Faceless Void support has not been close to a meta pick in quite some time. But they continue. Shohei, though, in the 18-inning banger with the Freddie Freeman walk-off, game 3. Intentionally walked how many times? Got on base how many times in a World Series game? That kind of record? Yeah. Just, if all the other teams got to do is walk you off, you want their best home run hitter off the base, because a solo home run is the death of you. Unfortunately, they still gave up that solo home run to Freddie Freeman, the bottom of the 18th inning. It's a fun game to watch as a neutral. Was not fun game to watch the Tigers at Mariners game 5. As a Mariners fan, I'll tell you that, it was so stressful. But you know, as a neutral, watching these extra inning games is quite fun. And the Jays are up 3-2. Haptic, Rice Boy, Shizepti, and Larry moving into the Dire side jungle at the moment. About half their smoke is remaining. I will end up finding a target here with the TP potential coming in from I Lost This. They'll have everybody for the 5v5, but they might not even need it. As they spot out Dopamine, blink in from Haptic. Global Silence comes down. He has to Yules to get out. The Chrono Square doesn't really find anybody. Canon and Dopamine taking use of the attack speed buff, but Canon is taken down by I Lost This on the side as they finally get the Mars. Aldeano, though, not long for the world. Rice Boy gets that kill. I Lost This with the double. 3 for 2 thus far. Dopamine and Indemon on the run. I Lost This. Teleporting in onto Indemon. Gets caught up by time dilation, though. The fight fizzles.
Dire's structures are fortified.
As much as everybody, you know, it's easy to hate the Dodgers because they spend so much money. So much money. Like, outside of their bullpen, so like, they're, well, I guess Kershaw counts as bullpen for this playoff run, so maybe it is outside of their bullpen, but really, their starting lineup is quite likable, right? Shohei, is, by all accounts, is just absolutely wonderful, as is the much beloved Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts, but
Dire are scanning.
you know, it's very easy to root against Clayton Kershaw and Blake Trinan at the very least when they come out of the bullpen. Although, Humble One, the Shadow Fiend, nice hook out of the way. Shizepti gets that save, while the rest of the Dire coming down on him, and will get healed back up by Larry. And Indemon going that Earnest Shadows as I was expecting, but I mean, this Faceless pick just really hasn't done a whole lot this game. Humble One on Larry, gets the blink, the hook doesn't save him. Shizepti moving in, the Chrono Square guarantees 1 kill, but the Global Silence comes back out. On top of that, Shizepti running away, but he's so tanky. 15 stacks of Flesh Eat. Finally gets taken down with the end of Viper Strike, but Rice Boy blinks in, gets the ultimate with the Aghanim Scepter, and just like that, turns that fight around, gets 2 kills off of it, and goes 3 for 2 in favor of Dire. But, man, they really cannot deal with the Shadow Fiend or this Nature's Prophet right now, both of which sitting around 14,000 net worth, 4k up on the next highest net worth from Dire, which is Aldeano on the Sven. Only has a Blink Dagger Echo Saber, really. You count the Mask of Madness as an item, I guess he has that too, but I don't, and thus really only 2 items, and those are cheap items to be having at 22 minutes. 23 minutes for a +1 in this kind of game. Needs a BKB to really be effective here, but I dare ask, can they even get to that point this game? Aldeano. Quite the tasty target for the Dire side, or for the Radiant side, as they've got 3 of the top 4 net worth now. Trading back and forth between the Mars and the Axe, but and Mars, you want this Yule Scepter Blink Dagger build, so very more consistent, I should say, than your typical Mars. This is kind of what you've got to do, unless your name is Amar, right? Be less reliant on the skill shots. That said, the Pudge has the Blink Dagger and the Aether Lens, has been very effective with that. The scan comes out from the Dire, from the Radiant, excuse me. Don't find anyone there, but I know somebody's topside, and Haptic is going to find Aldeano here. Blink out from Aldeano, blink follow up from Haptic, gets the arena, and Rice Boy and I lost this. Come back in, the Global Silence will do nothing to stop them.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And the Sven is once again dead. Indemon and Humble One, gotta be careful, Rice Boy is hunting. And now Humble One's nearby, they've caught his creep. Indemon running out away from the Shadow Raises. Time walk up in 1 second. Will barely survive. 15k at 24 minutes. Or well-past schlacking territory, and still they're only given 59%. Gaben, what are you smoking? My guy. Baseball podcast has ended here. What else has been new?
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, new streaming setup for getting Twitch as well. Humble One and Haptic. Picking out Rice Boy. How much damage does Requiem of Souls do right now? With 25 Necromastery? How much? Basically one-shot the axe. That basically one-shot the axe. Yeah. That's 2,500 damage. On Requiem of Souls. 25 soul stacks, and Chrono Square getting popped, trying to save the Viper, but Dopamine not long for the world, even with the ult going out on to Pudge. The only caught target was Indemon, but he's able to get away, and the Pugna dead. It's still 3 for 1, or 2 for 1 in that fight in favor of the Radiant side. Old Man's Junk Drawer now moving on to Roshan. Yeah. Or 100 extra damage from Necromastery, not 100 per stack. Oh, where did I get that 2,500 damage on the Requiem of the Souls from? Maybe it is. What was it?
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Immortality.
Yeah. Haptic and company playing top lane right now. Only tier 2s up for Dire are mid and bot lane. Their tier 2 top has been taken. Meanwhile, Radiant still have a tier 1 in mid and off lane. And we move through the Twin Gate, bottom side. We're trying to find In-Demon here, who's got a gem for some reason, and a DD rune. This will be a quite nice kill if they can get him, but he smells something's up. Here's a rumbling from the Nature's Prophet and dodges out of the way. 28 minutes on the vision. Sheesh, empty. Still will attempt to go for this, but they don't know he has the rest of his team with them. And Haptic gets the ult off, but the Chrono Square able to boost the attack speed and get the damage on both the support and the pos 3, but it's saved by the Decrepify. Maybe he goes down. Yes, he does, but Rice Boy gets the blink in and the Requiem of Souls to kill 3 members of the Dire side. The fight started as well as it could, but I lost this. Will clean up onto Dopamine, but not before he goes into the Aegis the Immortal. Force Staff out of the way, doesn't go over the wall for Dopamine though, as Rice Boy blinks in, gets 1 Shadow Raise, 2 Shadow Raise, TP from I Lost This, triple kill for I Lost This, and a full wipe for 3 in favor of the Radiant side. Old Man's Junk Drawer. Rice Boy and I Lost This. Still absolutely massive on these heroes. I'm sitting level 25. Yeah. We're 73%. What are you doing, Gaben? Gaben, are you watching the same game I'm watching? Yeah. Again, I think they put more stock in this Nature's Prophet than they should, even though it's at the bottom of the net worth for Dire.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And Shadow Fiend's Rice Boy just continually... I mean, he's got the Sheep Stick too at 29 minutes.
Dire's middle tower is under
Going into a Lotus Orb. Just absolutely massive from Rice Boy. Hyper Strike used onto the Mars. Haptic kiting away. She's up there around. Rice Boy blink in, gets Force Staffed away by Dopamine, so he's only able to get the Requiem of Souls onto the Axe. But they still get that kill at the very least, with Requiem of Souls down for another minute. Moving in onto this T2 tower, that's the last one to fall for Dire. Aegis the Immortal no longer up, as it was used in the last fight, but they will not have Axe here. Chrono Square around. She's up to blink. Does not get the hook on the Dopamine, as he did not dodge that way. Early as possible, Roche spawn in 4 minutes and 6 seconds. But the high ground probably not going to be broken until then, unless there is a monumentous overextension from the Dire. Team Kbrones, gotta be careful. Sven finally has BKB, going Harpoon now, but man, it just seems too little too late. He's trying to save for buyback here, as he knows well, this is really a 2-fight game at 31 minutes, but this game could go from bad to even worse, just like that, if he doesn't have buyback up and available. Tormentors respawn top side, and thus Old Man's Junk Drawer going to go ahead and grab it. Larry gets the Aghanim Shard that time around. I Lost This, only one on his team without a shard. In-Demon, only one on his team with the shard. And the reverse time walk. Going Orchid Malevolence. Do we have Dispels? We have 1 Dispel. We do not have 2 Dispel, but he will go Lotus Orbs. That will be 2 Dispel. And we have 3 Dispel, so I'm not sure how the Orchid's going to be this game, as 2 of these cores have Dispels, and the 3rd one is building one right now. Pugna has a Dispel even. Pudge does not. But he's going a Lotus Orb as well.
Dire are scanning.
One minute 50 on the next possible Aegis spawn, and this is utter domination from Old Man's Junk Drawer.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Blink call on 2. Only 1 core though, with the time zone coming down, the global silence as well. Haptic though able to BKB get out of the way with 3 people trapped in his arena. They only lose the Pugna for that, and they've lost both the Chrono Square, the God Strength, and the global silence committed for that fight. Trading the Arena of Blood, as well as the Wrath of Nature, but spoke too soon. Rice Boy Blinken gets 1 kill off the Requiem of Souls. Down goes the axe, and it ends up being a 1-for-1 trade. Sport back up in 15 seconds for Old Man's Junk Drawer. Sheesh Zepti blinking in, doesn't quite get the hook. I lost this, just hitting the T3 as you do. Whiff being used, I'll have another one once the Rex go down. But I lost this, we'll continue to rat out with the Treants. Down goes the first T3 of the game. 26k, 34 minutes, and that's a long Roshan spawn. Little over 2 minutes is the initial spawn timer on that. 1:51 to go.
Dire are scanning.
In Demon. Unfortunately, not able to get away as he time walks. Was not able to reverse time walk to safety.
Radiant are scanning.
The seeds of fortune.
What else have I been doing recently? Oh yeah, so my new streaming setup. I had been doing a bit of a cheat on my home server to make the, or to re-encode the stream for Twitch off the YouTube stream. Which basically I had it, my home server act as a intermediary server, publish an SRT feed, and then, hello, we're in a used and humble one. BKB by Haptic as well. Dual Scepter up on Aldeano. Larry might be in trouble, but the TP on the backside for my losses. But here comes Superman. I lost this. Force tests himself to safety. Should be able to kill Aldeano, but he turns around with the God Strength. The hook out of the way with the save coming in from Larry. And now Aldeano goes down to the Nether Blast. No way out of that one. As the blink comes in, the spear misses, but it does not matter as they've already taken out the other 2 cores. And it's 2 supports versus the world. No buybacks from the Dire available. Roshan is up. But they will take the T3s and the racks as their prize.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
But yeah, I had a program running that, in theory, could re-encode the stream for Twitch on its own, but I had it publish an SRT feed. GG called. We'll get into the technical details later. I'm sure somebody will care about that at some point, Smile. But yeah, utter domination from Old Man's Junk Drawer. Gaben, what are you doing with the win prob? With that, we're going to take a quick break. When we return, game number 2, Old Man's Junk Drawer versus Team Kbrones. You won't want to miss it. We'll be right back after this. Welcome one, welcome all, and welcome back to the AD2L Season 45, Week 7 Heroic League matchup between Old Man's Junk Drawer and Team Kbrones. My name is Finnick. We're getting ready to go with game number 2 of this best of 2 series. Team Kbrones once again on the Dire side with first pick. Old Man's Junk Drawer once again on the Radiant side with 24th pick. I should say the picks are swapped from the last game. Old Man's Junk Drawer had first pick last time. This time they will have 24th pick, and Team Kbrones will now have first pick, but they are on the same sides of the map. Bans from Old Man's Junk Drawer: Enchantress, Venomancer, Marcy, and Beastmaster. Team Kbrones sending out the Nature's Prophet, as it was a problem for them last game, as well as the Mareska, the Dark Willow, and the Bat Rider. They will first pick Pudge this time around, taking that out of the hands of Shishazepti, who was very, very good on it in game number 1 of this series.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team banned.
Old Man's Junk Drawer going ahead and picking up the axe. It was picked against them last game, so gonna have a very different draft. Maybe the reverse salty run back, although I don't think Old Man's Junk Drawer plays the Faceless Void as a pos 4.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Life Stealer also banned away, as well as the Ursa. Now that I think about it, I think Old Man's Drunk Drawer was actually 24th pick last time around. Yeah, because they held the draft in flex. So yeah, because there was Ursa, Life Stealer banned away in the second rotation from Team Kbrones. Okay, exact same sides and picks from last game, and exact same bans thus far from Old Man's Drunk Drawer. Team Kbrones swapping out one of their bans from last time with a Nature's Prophet. As they first picked the Pudge, Axe gets second picked, and now Old Man's Drunk Drawer continue to pick.
Dire team pick.
Be the Naga Siren.
Dire team pick.
And a Rubik for Team Kbrones. They're very quick to the Snapfire, which was banned away from them last game as well. So this will be a core Pudge or a core Snap. I did not see that they play core Snap, so I'm going to lean towards the core Pudge from Team Kbrones here.
10 seconds remaining.
Not a huge fan of the Rubik, though, with only the Naga Siren and Axe
5
showing.
seconds remaining.
But we'll see how they play around it this time around. Rubik is a do something support, as is Snapfire, though, which definitely fixes one of their problems with their last draft.
Radiant team pick.
It's the Invoker for Old Man's Junk Drawer. Classic combo with the Axe. Decent combo with the Naga Siren as well, if they can time the Cataclysm appropriately with the song.
5 seconds remaining.
Which, at this level, and with this level of coordination, I'd expect they're able to do that.
Dire team pick.
Juggernaut.
And the Jug, position 1. So this is a Naga Siren support for Old Man's Junk Drawer. This is something I've only seen in houses being played, or obviously Naga Siren support has been a thing several times in the past, but as of late, I've only ever seen one person play it in houses at like the Archon level. So I'm excited to see how it works in the hands of an Immortal this time around. It is an easy Earthshaker pick, though, from Team Kbrones in theory, but this is not a Naga Siren core. It has to be a Naga Siren support with this lineup being picked up by Old Man's Junk Drawer, which means that you get less value out of the illusions from the Shaker ulti, because the Naga Siren, this is a very micro-heavy style of Naga Siren play, since you're not really there to do damage with your illusions. Naga Siren's really just scouting for vision with them, which, and maybe doing some level of farming, which means that Earthshaker, very unlikely to get all of them in a single Echo Slam. Now, I could eat my words here. Maybe Old Man's Junk Drawer, their Naga Siren player, ends up falling for it a couple times this game with the Earthshaker pickup, but still, you'd have to expect they were prepared for the Earthshaker because they didn't ban it away, instead banning the Stormbreaker and then picking the Naga Siren, so perhaps they're confident into that matchup with the support Siren. Razor being banned away. Keep the Axe lane survivable.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick. Templar assassin.
Be the Templar Assassin position 1 for Team Kbrones. They've banned out Silencer and Shakira supports. Now, what would be absolutely disgusting here is if Old Man's Junk Drawer flex this Invoker 4, which I don't know if they do, right? But if they did, right, if they flex this 4 and then picking some sort of mid to counter this, it looks like an Earthshaker mid from Team Kbrones, that'd be disgusting.
You may now select your heroes.
Wow, I didn't think that is the Invoker Boss 4 for Old Man's Junk Drawer and the Naga Siren 5. Oh boy. You know, I predicted it and I was doubting myself. I should have just said they're gonna flex this Invoker 4, but instead I'm like, it would be disgusting if they did. Getting the matchup on the Death Prophet, it's an Earthshaker 3, Pudge 4, Dopamine on the Rubik mid into the Death Prophet matchup. So they're swapping that out to get potentially a better lane into this Death Prophet. Now, I'm not sure. Yeah, Rice Boy's going to go on the Axe.
10 seconds remaining.
Since Dopamine picked the Rubik and they know it's going mid, they don't have to opt for the Death Prophet matchup into that. And it looks like since Rice Boy's playing the Axe, this will be an Axe mid and a Death Prophet off lane. Rubik mid, Earthshaker off lane, and an Invoker support and a Naga Siren support. This kind of draft is why I love Dota, by the way. Just, what the heck? What the heck? It's just like, alright, we're just flexing everything. YOLO. Aldeano's on a Snapfire, Kenon Taiga on the Templar Assassin. I think they're role swapping this, right? Because Aldeano was the POS 1 last game, and I don't think you ever go POS 1 Snapfire and POS 5 Templar Assassin. Right? That would be disgusting. I think they're role swapping. Because if that is, this is like the single most disgusting draft I have ever seen in AD2L. Right? Where the only people playing on their quote-unquote traditional positions are in Demon on this Pudge, and I've lost this on the Juggernaut, and everyone else is on a Flex. However, I've never seen Templar Assassin support in the past. I do not expect them to be doing that, so I expect at least normal positions from the TA and the Snapfire for Team Kbrones, but we'll see with the starting items whether that is the case. Starting
Prepare
items.
for battle.
Now, this is the Axe mid. Okay, so they are role swapping Aldeano and Kenon Taiga. Aldeano will be playing the Snapfire as a support. Kenon Taiga will be playing the Templar Assassin as a carry. So, you know, you got at least 3 heroes on traditional positions. But I mean, Earthshaker 3 has been meta for the last little bit, but was nerfed in the core role specifically. Can't one-shot the wave from out of vision anymore. And Dopamine on this Rubik mid, which is disgusting, and Axe mid is disgusting. Invoker support is disgusting. Going Quas Invoker
30
too.
seconds to battle.
Naga Siren support is disgusting. Simply the most disgusting draft I've ever seen. Ever seen in AD2L. And if they win with it, I mean, honestly, I think they definitely could win with it. I think it's the better draft, to be honest. Which is weird to say, right? But, you know, the only thing that is really out of whack here is sending the Axe mid. But you saw the Rubik matchup, right? So they're opting for the Axe into the Rubik matchup instead of the DP into the Rubik matchup. So, you know, if they think this matchup is better for Rice Boy, then that's what they're gonna do. Invoker support right now. I've not seen a whole lot of this on current patch, but with the I had expected to be pretty good with Quas Invoker. With the Aghanim Scepter upgrading the Ice Path and everything, so... Or the Ice Wall, excuse me. And in Demon actually swapping to the 5 roll here from 4 roll, so it'll be the 5 Pudge and the 4 Snapfire. Again, role swapping Canon, Taiga, and Aldeano from game 1 to 2. These lanes are going to tell everything. Rubik is a very strong laner mid. It is a very strong laner mid, and Axe... I think the main reason for doing this is Death Prophet cares about the lane and Axe doesn't. It's like the main reason you would opt to take the Axe in this matchup, I'd have to imagine. Unless you think that it is counter to the Rubik mid. I don't see why that would be the case. Now here's the thing about Rubik mid. It is very, very strong early. I suppose actually winning the better ends of these trades, even with the Fade Bolt from Dopamine. As long as he's able to get these denieds. And Haptic gets first blood topside too. Canon Taiga, one auto attack will do him in. He does not have any refraction yet. Tornado, oh, levels up the refraction off the top of the tornado. Refraction pops. Haptic though, 2 auto attacks on Canon Taiga will kill him. Maybe 3 here. Just turn around and hit him. Turn around and hit him. Your Death Prophet, your auto attacks do 1,000,000 damage. Indemon will play with the Death Prophet's hubris, as Haptic was able to take down Canon Taiga, but my goodness, you did not need to wait for your Q to come back. Your auto attacks do 68 damage, man. And with less than 100 health, 2 auto attacks would have killed him, and you would have gotten away from the Pudge before he TP'd in. Instead, becomes an overall 2 for 2 as your Invoker support dies there. Although First Blood does go over Radiant. And this Axe is actually having a very nice lane into Dopamine, 15-3 to 12-2. You know, the Axe mid is quite honestly a major cook here, but it looks like they're cooking something very nice. Indemon, meanwhile, just lots of damage from the Spirit Siphon. Bot side. I lost this 13-4. Humble 1. 11-3. But I lost this. Should be able to get these ranged creeps. It's done by the enchant totem there, but he's got ward micro. As you do when, yeah, good wave manipulation from the Jug. But yeah. This is the thing, right? As like, you know, your average 3 Death Prophet, unless they spam the hero, right? Kind of going back to that kill. The average 3 Death Prophet, unless you spam the hero, you're less likely to know just, I mean, you're gonna know like how much auto attack damage she does, but you're less likely to know your kill thresholds without Crypt Swarm up, right? And it's like, in the time it took him to get Crypt Swarm back up and then turn around auto Crypt Swarm, he could have autoed the Templar Assassin with no refraction 3 times, which would have killed him. So, you live, you learn, but slight mistakes there. Turned what was could have been a 2 for 0 into a 2 for 1. Or a 2 for 2, excuse me. And Demon finds the axe, going for the rune. So nice roam from the support there. Dopamine going to get plenty of last hits from that. Axe, actually, this is a lot of XP being denied if he doesn't have TP, which he does. So we'll only miss out on maybe a handful of creeps as Larry gets a kill bot side, and First Boy doesn't even miss any creeps there. So that death ended up not really mattering for the axe. All said and done. On Taiga. Damage on the haptic with the side blades and Demon. Hook goes the wrong way. Tornado, Crypt Swarm. Canon Taiga Very low. So is Shizepti, who goes down to Indemon, but the Spirit Siphon and the Crypt Swarm might kill Indemon here. Does not. You need to make use of your right clicks, my friend. You do so much 74 you do more right click damage than the Templar Assassin, my guy. Naga Siren ends up falling bot side. Just never forget how much right click damage Death Prophet does early. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. Fire Blades does do a lot of damage though, and Refraction very helpful against this offlane. Rice Boy, meanwhile, starting to take some camps. As do on the axe, going Spirit Vessel first item, or Urn of Shadows first item, I should say. So not gonna go that on Invoker. Meanwhile, speaking of, Indemon goes down. Haptic gets rid of the refraction charges, and Crypt Swarm's back for the double kill on the Templar Assassin. That's how we were expecting this lane to go, all things considered. Larry roaming up. Larry roaming up mid, hooked by Indemon, able to mirror image out of the way, getting some damage, but he's tanking up the tower very low, gets taken down by Indemon at the end of it all. Both supports roam mid and just indeed. I lost this. Level 6, moving in on to Aldeano. Caught in the fissure, spins away. Enchant Totem comes down. No level 6 on Humble One, so I lost this. Turns back around. Should get the easy double kill, but the Rubik's here. Fade Bolts to interrupt the I lost this kill, but Haptic made his way bot side. Shizepti, Indemon, all the way down here. The net lands from Larry. Haptic with the Exorcism takes down Dopamine on a killing spree now. Chasing on Indemon, Spirit Siphon, and Exorcism still has half of its time remaining, so Indemon might just die here. A Crypt Swarm will do him in at this juncture. And even with the hook coming in, Haptic will be able to tank up the T2 tower and heal back up at the end of the Exorcism. So well played by Haptic. Now 9 kills to 7, 9 minutes in. Take our first look at the net worth, and it is Haptic at the very top, followed by the Juggernaut. Then a very even mid lane going down to the Earth Shaker position 3. Indemon. Hook on a Sheep Jepti, but the rest of the team's here, so he will end up falling for it. Fissure comes down, doesn't quite get any kills though. Dopamine knocks out the Spirit Siphon with the Telekinesis, and Rice Boy gets Aldeano mid. Now the top 3 net worth are all Old Man's Junk Drawer, and you're seeing some shades of game number 1. Again, this draft is disgusting, and Dopamine needed to snowball on this hero. If he can kill Rice Boy, maybe it's worth it, but he's playing through the trees, out of vision. Dopamine won't be able to get the Fade Bolt off. Oh no, and now Haptic's coming in. Dopamine doesn't know where Rice Boy is. Telekinesis on Haptic. Larry's here. They do take him down as he was stealing the Culling Blade, but he ends up falling to Haptic in the meanwhile. The jukes from Rice Boy, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Had no business living there. Just absolutely masterful jukes, playing with the vision through the trees and getting the kill. Indemon cookied over on the Haptic. He doesn't have a whole lot of mana, but Rice Boy's here, gets the call and the Culling Blade, but Aldeano gets a lot more gold for Haptic than Rice Boy got for Indemon, I'll tell you that much.
is under attack. Dire's top tower is falling.
Blink. Gets the Echo Slam, but no kills for it, and Larry's here with the song. Stops the engagement in his tracks. Race Boy on the side, though. Doesn't quite have the Spirit Vessel yet, nor a Blink Dagger. Larry will get taken down by Indemon. As Dopamine actually gets Mirror Image from the Naga Siren, so that's a lot of Rubiks.
Is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
And a Dispel.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Mid tower goes down. Still a bit more even game than we saw game number 1 2K at 12 minutes. Still quite a nice gold lead, but the supports are making up for it from Team Kbrones. Level 1 Haptic. Aldeano here with Indemon and Dopamine. This will be a very dead death prophet. Dopamine gets that kill. Steals the Spirit Siphon.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And this is a team that needs to snowball from Team Kbrones. They're on a timer with the Templar Assassin and Rubik falling way off late.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I mean, Dopamine's just outright rushing an Aghanim Scepter, I'd have to imagine here.
Radiant's bottom tower.
No, actually a Phylactery. My bad.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's a much better item. Why didn't I think of that? TP's coming mid.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Indemon spotted out by Larry, but the rest of the team is TPing in right now. They got to be careful. Fudge taking some damage from the illusions here. Fire Snap Cookie doesn't get the stun, but she's Zepti caught in a rock in a hard place, gets out of the way with the Ghost Walk with the stun. The hook lands on Indemon as they get the Earthshaker ultimate onto the axe. They trade finally onto the Pudge, and a Sunstrike comes down to kill the Rubik. Haptic diving with the Exorcism onto Aldeano and Humble One, who has to blink out of the way to avoid any further damage. The mid tower will go down in favor of the Radiant, though. Aldeano, what are you doing? Blinked in, Cold Snap, Tornado, spun on, and dead. I lost this, gets that kill. Ends up turning a 2-for-1 to a 3-for-1.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Loaded to the gills.
(17-2), 4K net worth advantage at 15 minutes. But if we look, win prob only 56%. I do trust this one more than game number 1's win prob. I'll tell you that much, but still, I quite like this draft from Old Man's Junk Drawer. And Team Kbrones, again, they have to get the lead at this point in the game. Their TA is not top of the net worth, and in fact, sitting 4th. And for a Templar Assassin, you never want to see that at 15 minutes. You should be at the top, taking all the stacks. Instead, the game is snowballing out of their control. on the team that needs to snowball, and it's all just kind of awkward fights for them. You know, Echo Slam from Humble One has been on point, but
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I mean, what can they really do? They're sitting comfortable. Shizepti gets Kanondaga bot side, with Haptic popping the Exorcism for that too. My.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, the Aghanim Shard and the Ghost Walk upgrade. Ice Wall damage and
Radiant's top
got some raindrops and a Smoke of Deceit, but should next go Aghanim Scepter, I'd have to imagine.
Dire's bottom
The
tower
upgraded
has
Ice
fallen.
Wall.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Zari's just toying with them. What you gonna do, Larry? Just playing the illusion vision game. Realistically. Cutting waves. Preventing the push from dopamine. In Demon with the double damage rune. Doesn't have the blink dagger yet though, only setting on the Aether ones and some Tranks. And this Invoker pulling up in the net worth right now. Putting in towards the Aghanim Scepter. Ever important. Just the Aghanim Shard Ghost Walk damage to clear the camps with the aid of the Forged Spirits. Haptic. Showing on his own on vision. I spot out Shizepti as well. This is very good lane vision at the moment. Scan spies the entirety of this Dire lineup from the Radiant, but the TPs are coming in. I lost this as a round. They're gonna take the fight off the Exorcism, but the Fissure interrupts the start of it, and Dopamine steals the Exorcism for himself. Two Exorcisms running, but the better one is always going to be on the Rubik. The cubic ghosts, as it were. Maybe better than cubic ninjas. It's an old DS hacking pun, hacking joke. Aldeana goes down to Haptic. I lost this. Tornadoed up. Has Alacrity on him. Dopamine. Still keeping the Exorcism with him right now. Hasn't found a new spell yet. Hook. Doesn't find anything. The Exorcisms will fade.
Dire are scanning.
Now the scan lands on Old Man's junk drawer as they go ahead and take the Tormentor. Aghanim Shard goes on a Rice Boy. That is very nice to have, and they're going to TP Rice Boy out. Shizepti, I lost this in Haptic though. Spied on the scan. The smoke comes out from Dire. Larry's going to show on the wave. They won't have the Axiaries. He's TP'd mid. This will be a 4v3. Rubik showed. Gets Deluge. Not the best one to have. Doesn't have any illusions. Haptic does not have Exorcism for another 56 seconds, but is going to try to take down the Pudge anyway. Demon gets so low, and down goes Kanondaga potentially to a Sunstrike, but he had the Refraction up and available. He goes down with the axe, but Demon ends up falling for it as well as the Naga Siren. Haptic now in trouble in a 1v2 on the side of the fight. Meanwhile, I Lost This just pushing in on the high ground, and she's Zepti 1v1ing the core Earthshaker. 2 for 1. Sunstrike gets used.
Dire's bottom
The
tower.
Invoker goes down, Humble One blinks out of the way, and gets away from Haptic. So it ends up being 3 for 1.
Are fortified.
But I Lost This pushing in that bot lane.
Radiant are scanning.
In response, nearly gets a T3 for it. But they just threw away a lot of their gold lead on that fight. This game, though, still in control of the Radiant.
Blessings.
And the Dire's window is closing. Come on, Taiga. Gotta be careful. How's their fraction back up?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Sheesh Zepti. About 1,200 gold away from the Aghanim Scepter. Ghost walks to cut the wave. Has been pinged out. It has not been spotted on vision yet. Aldeano. Hunting for the Invoker, who sees him. Let's count on Taiga. Dipping through the T's, caught on the dust! Dopamine's around to get the kill, but Haptic has made his way in, along with the rest of Radiant. And the Pudge gets a Dismember onto Rice Boy. Gonna try to get to safety, will not. Haptic, though, a lot of damage with the Exorcism, as well as the Spirit Siphon on In-Demon. Gets the kill for the killing spree. 2 for 1 thus far. I Lost This as into the fight. He has the Omni Slash available. Excuse me. It's 2 for 1 in favor of Radiant once again. Or in favor of Dire, excuse me. Slowly taking this back. Templar Assassin now 3rd in the net worth charts, but still the others of the top 4. All old man's junk drawer.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Thank you, my beauties.
That should help.
Invoker. 750 gold away from the Aghanim Scepter. Very important timing for the Quas Invoker. Rice Boy, meanwhile, has the Blink going BKB alongside the Spirit Vessel and that Blade Mail. Count on Taiga, though. Might be in trouble. Looks away from Shish Zepti. Spots out the Ghost Walk damage on the creeps.
Radiant are scanning.
Scan from Radiant. Does not find the Templar Assassin.
Your own damn fault.
We have a pause from Old Man's junk drawer.
Nice.
We're going to take a quick break during this pause. And we will be right back. We're back. For those who don't know, the reason why we go to break during long pauses is so that teams can't, if the pause takes longer than 5 minutes or what have you, around that length, so teams can't just hop into the stream and see what's going on for an indefinite amount of time before they are able to unpause. The main reason for doing that, even though the stream's on a 5-minute delay, or in the case of the stream, a 5-minute 41-second delay, because I had a little bit of a hiccup off the start. Mortimer's Kisses have been used, scaring Radiant off of Roshan, but they have all their ultimates up, including Song. Didn't get the Aghanim Shard, though.
It was your own damn fault.
Couple Sun Strikes and the Aghanim Scepter completed. Halftech moves in onto the high ground. We'll take down the Earthshaker at the very least. I lost this. Quick slashes in, or excuse me, Omni slashes in to get that kill. Although Haptic ends up getting the kill credit there. But the Exorcism pops, they're going to go right back onto Roshan. No Earthshaker to blink in and cause issues for Old Man's Junk Drawer. This will be an easy Aegis on I lost this. Axe, blink, call, onto TA, no way out of that one! Misses the Culling Blade, but perfect layering with the Sunstrike, and Larry's back in, chasing with the Song Dopamine on the outside, the silence on too, but Rice Boy finds Dopamine with the blink, the call, he goes ethereal, but I don't think he's long for the world. Dopamine goes down, in Demon the next one to fall, and off of the respawn comes Humble One, but he's caught by Rice Boy once again, taken down by the combined damage of Sheesh Zepti and I Lost This, who takes down Aldeano, and it's a full wipe for naught in favor of Old Man's Junk Drawer. Absolutely disgusting. This is a disgusting draft, and we see why it played out. For Old Man's Junk Drawer, Larry finally building his Aghanim Shard. He's got the Blink Dagger, the Glimmer Cape, doesn't really need a whole lot more. Beautiful Blink reveal with the Song of the Siren there. Hook on a Haptic, not the target you want, really. 8 seconds on the Earthshaker. He has Echo Slam. 5 seconds on the Snapfire, who has Mortimer's Kisses. Dopamine steals Silence. Hook. Plus the ult. Gets the Aghanim, or gets the Aegis out of the Juggernaut. Echo Slam up unavailable. The Sunstrike, though, lands on both Indemon and Humble One. Hook doesn't quite hit Haptic, but Larry should go down here. Dispel some of the damage off, but takes an auto attack from Kanon Taiga and gets the kill. Haptic, though, commits the exorcism. Damage coming in with the rest, and Rice Boy gets the absolute best call possible on to the Templar Assassin. So lose their POS 5, get a POS 1 for it. They don't have Aegis left, but Haptic in trouble. Caught by the Dismember, but he has so much damage with the rest of his team coming in. Dopamine blinks in with the Stolen Spin. Gets the damage to kill the Death Prophet as the hook from Indemon on Ashish Zepti, but Rice Boy finds the Rupak on the backside. Ashish Zepti goes invis with the Ghost Walk, and so much damage from the Aghanim Shard. Finally goes down with a spin from I Lost This, and Humble One blinks in, gets an Echo Slam on 2, gets a kill for it, but I Lost This, even though he's all alone on this high ground, is going to keep fighting. Aldeano, though, gets the Fire Snap Cookie for the stun, and a triple kill goes over to Dopamine. It's all said and done. It's 4-4-3 and 2 buybacks used. 1 dieback, in fact, from Dire. But they have lost 1 barrack and 2 tier 3 towers.
Yes.
Radiant are scanning.
Kanon Taiga now sitting second in net worth. 3 of the top 4 still turning up Old Man's Junk Drawer, and Rubik's starting to get back into the game, but if you look, the next highest above POS 3 and both of the supports is this Invoker. The Aghanim Scepter going Blink Dagger, and Indemon cannot save Sheesh Zepti, or cannot save Humble One from Sheesh Zepti there. Too much dots. Too many DOTs. Blink, call, Kanon Taiga loses the refraction. Hurricane Pikes to safety, but is caught in a Spirit Vessel. Damage. Dopamine blinks in, uses the stolen spin there, but I Lost This has found his way into the fight, spins himself, and the Calling Blade gets the kill on Kanon Taiga. Now Dopamine is running away. I don't think he's long for the world. Goes ethereal, uses the stolen spin one more time, but Larry's here alongside I Lost This. The Mortimer's Kisses trying to stop the fight in its tracks. Larry goes invisible to stay alive, potentially. Aldeano gets Larry, but he will trade his life for it as Haptic and I Lost This converge on the Snapfire. Blink in from I Lost This to secure the kill for Haptic. Sunstrike doesn't quite get a kill on Dopamine on the Rubik, but still 4 for 1 in favor of the Radiant team. And they can use the rest of the Exorcism to take this rack. The melee racks have already been taken, so this will not reset when the range racks fall here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Hook. Wonder if she's up there. Very, very dead Invoker there. Won't have him for the high ground push. 2 minutes on the earliest possible Roshan spawn. Might wait for the Aegis before going for the end. But still firmly in control. 83% win prob for Old Man's Junk Drawer finds.
Axe doesn't feel stronger.
Exorcism up in 11 seconds. Hook from Demon misses. Cheapest guard completed on Haptic. Kenon Taiga rooted up. And down they go. No Refraction's going to help you. From the combined Spirit Siphon and Omni Slash. The buyback from the Invoker here. Maybe to continue the fight, maybe to end the game. They've already lost the Pudge. Dopamine pretty low. Orma's Kiss is going to break that up alongside the Fissure, but I lost this. Trying to chase on Dominbeam. Stolen Tornado. Moves him up in the air alongside the Telekinesis. Taking some damage from the Little Shredder and gets something stolen from him. What was it? It was that Blade Fury. Also known as Spin. They'll push up the racks with Haptic. Popping the Exorcism for it. Remember, Dire's not going to have any glyphs here, because melee racks were taken before the most recent glyph by Dire. So they will lose all of their T3s at the very least here. The rest of the Exorcism. Maybe Haptic doesn't survive this. Got something stolen from him. Root. I lost this. Hooked. Spun. Gets caught in the Dismember, but stays alive as Rice Boy blinks, goes on to Aldeano, who goes ethereal, gets silenced up by the Death Prophet, force staffs to safety, but still gets taken out by the Crypt Swarm. Larry chased by Dopamine, and the Echo Slam only onto the Invoker. They do get that kill, but Haptic doesn't have an Exorcism left. Will go down here as well, but Rice Boy, 3-man call, but no follow-up damage from the rest of his team. Will get taken down by Kenon Taiga. And I lost this. Gets to base, gets to safety. All the T3's gone, 2 sets of racks, and 1 remains. They still haven't lost a T2 from Old Man's Junk Drawer.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Pushing on the T2 is Dire. Glyph has been used, but it will reset.
Middle tower has fallen.
21, now 20 seconds on the Death Prophet.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Let's shake things up.
They're doing a good job with these waves. The back door is now disabled. Death Prophet back up, has Exorcism. Axe will be back up in 2 seconds, and the Invoker in 7. 25 seconds on Roshan here. Teams are pinging towards it. And Aegis will do Radiant a lot of good here to take this last set of racks, and then T4s and end the game. I lost the stealing away the Shrine of Wisdom from Dire. Again, has that blink. Butterfly as well. Absorb this damage from the TA. It's going BKB now. Kinda has to, but Roshan has been spotted. Radiant will go ahead and take this pretty easily. Juggernaut TPs to the outpost and blinks into the pit. Roshan has roared. Dire knows what's up. Larry playing with the vision. The hook gets on the Haptic. He still has Exorcism though. The follow-up smoke from Team Kbrones, but the jig might be up. They're spotted out, but the Fissure on too. The blink in, the Echo Slam from Humble One, but he will not get the Aegis. It gets taken down by Radiant, who picks it up. It's still on the ground. Rice Boy and Humble One fighting for it right now, but the Song of the Siren comes out and stuns up everybody, but it's Dopamines that does it, and the Aegis gets snatched by Indemon. Blink on the high ground. Rice Boy on to Indemon. He goes down, loses the Aegis for it. Ilosis has the Omni Slash still available as they use Swift Slash, but the Insta Blink out to safety from the Pudge. Was able to TP away.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Massive stolen Song of the Siren there from Dopamine. But they've got one rack remaining. She's Zefty, blinks in, gets the tornado and Ice Wall, and the disarm onto Humble One trying to chase on her. She's Zefty uses some dust to make him appear out of the Ghost Walk, but Haptic, he's blinked into the fight, gets the Spirit Siphon onto Humble One. And down goes the final racks. Quick Slash gets one kill. Never mind, that's Omni Slash! Kanon Taiga barely saved by a Ghost Scepter as I lost this, spins to safety. Snapfire goes down. Aldeano falls. No buybacks on the Podger Snap right now. They have one more glyph. Kanon Taiga blinks in on Ilosis, who gets the Quick Slash out. In comes the Sunstrike. Down goes the TA. The Echo Slam will be all for naught as the Rubik has fallen and Humble One is all alone. Down to the Culling Blade, and GG has been called. Old Man's Junk Drawer Finds is taking game number 2, takes the series 2-0. And Larry's just gonna go ahead and pop the song for the road. We will be right back after a quick break with I Lost This in an interview with the victorious captain. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. With me, I have the victorious captain of Old Man's Junk Drawer. My name is Finnick, and that is I Lost This. How are you feeling after that 2-0 victory?
Good in the sense that we 2-0'd really like decidingly, but also bad because Kai Assange went 2-0, which means we are not upper bracket. They beat us by 1 game into upper bracket, and I'm like, fuck.
That's
But
pretty
it's
unfortunate.
Yeah, it's good overall. Just a little like, damn, we were so close.
All right, let's talk about game number 1. You guys had a couple of flex picks in your draft, as did Team Kbrones. You guys had that Nature's Prophet, the Pudge, the trying to remember what the other flex pick you guys had that game. There was like a third one.
Mid-Mars as well.
But you were telling me beforehand that you guys like to play a lot of flex picks. So does Old Man's Junk Drawer. We saw them flex that, or so does Team Kbrones. We saw them flex that Faceless Void 4. How do you kind of prep for flex picks, both for your own team and when the other team, they have something that they flex like that?
In terms of us, without giving a ton away, I think it's mostly about making sure you have essentially the strongest flex you can into their open, if that makes sense. If you see what they pick on 8, you just answer with like a hero that isn't just like mediocre against them, that's preferably good, right? Like they went Silencer, so Mars is probably one of the better like heroes, because if Silencer gets caught, he's sad, which means Silencer's sitting really far back. And then in terms of prepping for them, I would say a big thing is making sure they have the opposite true. Like you don't give them like a flex that feels good into your heroes. It sounds obvious, but like I will say it's like oftentimes you can overflex yourself and be punished, and so it's almost better to just be like, I'm just gonna pick generically good heroes into that flex and see what happens. I will say they threw me off with the Faceless Void flex. I did not expect that. I thought they were locking in, but I guess not.
All right, on to game number 2. Very unconventional draft from both teams. In some ways, sending the Axe mid, the Invoker 4 flex, the Naga 5. These are heroes that are played in those positions, but obviously not their primary positions. And kind of going into that game, what was kind of the deciding factor for sending the Axe mid versus the Rubik as opposed to sending the DP mid?
Well, DP is really good into TA, and we saw how well they did, right? The DP was like 5.5k at 10. So we picked the 24 pick DP, and at least when we saw the TA, because it was like 95% certain it was carry TA. So it would the carry TA, it's just like the double ranged off lane does pretty solid, and I just tanked the double melee safe lane. I mean, we still did really good anyways, but it just kind of was like we were confirming that it was just going to be double melee spot. So
all right.
I don't know. It was never going to go any other way though, I guess, at the end, right? Because Larry plays the Naga. So
all right, and finally, if you would be so kind, who is your MVP for game number 1 and for game number 2 from your team?
Game number 1, I would say probably, honestly, game 1 was a little toughy. I'll say Pudge. Pudge was probably the MVP. He had he definitely made them tilt a little bit. I think they were tilted by the NP teleports and farm in general, but like I didn't really do anything. So I'm gonna say the playmaking was all on Gresh on the Pudge. And in game 2, I think it would be the DP, because he blew open his lane and game got easy after that.
And for game 2?
Yeah, game 2 with the DP.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. So
it's been a long night. Thank you so much for joining and for letting me cast your games. That's all from tonight. My name is Finnick, and we will see you around.